I'm getting booed in front of 30,000 people in St. Louis every time I take the field.
Damn.
My parents are there, and it's just like, bro, what is going on? This sucks. Right?
Yeah.
The media every day is about, well, Ozzy should play or this or what's going on. I was literally in tears. Asked my mom, like, Mom, why is this happening? This is crazy. I'm in the peak of my career.
Yeah.
If I didn't come over here, none of this would be going on. I didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
She pulled up an article, and she goes, I want you to read this, right?
Uh-huh.
It was an article in 1988 when I got drafted by the Giants, and talking to a member of the media, I don't remember who it was. In my whole thing about baseball and my appreciation of the game, I said one day I want to replace Ozzie Smith. In 2022, Royce is playing center, Elijah's playing second. You know, kind of understated team. We end up winning the CIF championship.
Oh, my goodness.
And to win it with my boys and this group of young men that just deserved it, and they did everything I asked as far as coming together. When we made the rings up, it was just like, man, you know, our whole motto was brotherhood. So that's what we got transcribed on the rings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
That is the best.
And to think like, you know, not just to think about my own boys, but to have that brotherhood like in the family, to win a CIF championship and forever be tied with those young people. Not just the championship teams, but the teams that every team I coached at Oaks was something I loved and will never forget. My dad was my best friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah. As far as him not playing catch, which is nothing, he was my dad. He taught me life. And that was the most important thing that I can translate into baseball. Man of your word. Be true to yourself. It's what you say you're going to do that. I come in, I slam my shit, like, man, I'm pissed, right?
Yeah.
He called me in after the game. He goes, first and foremost, don't ever do that.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to be pissed.
Yeah.
But don't show that.
Exactly.
He's like, secondly, I just saved you from a third strikeout. I was coming up in my senior year, and I'm looking at Barry. I said, hey, man, I know you went to Michigan. What made you make that decision? He goes, you know, I just knew I wasn't quite ready, blah, blah, blah. He looks at me, he goes, you're ready.
Ooh.
And that meant the world to me, man. I kept telling the fam, telling my wife, I'm playing one more year. I gotta win this thing, man. I just want to win the World Series. And then that moment happens, right? And it's over, right? And I stood there. I was like I told you, I was confused. I said, well, this is it?
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
But it's not the it. The journey was
exactly.
It. The journey was the it, not the moment, right? It's great, that moment.
Yeah.
You did it. But the whole thing's about the journey.
All right, man. Legacy Lounge. Sometimes people want to talk.
We have incredible guests here.
What's up, brother?
The definition of the Legacy Lounge is the stuff that he's putting together. He's a great community leader. His story is amazing.
Man, we got Royce freaking Clayton at the Legacy Lounge. Royce, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Trying to figure out where to start because there's a lot of different, directions we can take it. But I kind of, selfishly as a diehard San Francisco Giants fan, I kind of want to start there. So drafted by the San Francisco Giants in 1988 and made your debut in 91.
Yeah.
When you hear that, does it sound like that was a long time ago? Like, what does that sound like and feel like? And kind of just walk us through what that was like for you.
Yeah, it does sound like a long time ago. I never thought, like, when you're living life, like some of the pictures you see of like throwbacks and, just newspaper clips, you look at it like, dang, that was back in the day. And now I look back with my kids or look back with myself with nostalgia, like, man, that was a whole different era.
Man.
How we wore our uniforms, the shoes we rocked, the whole thing was just like, that was a long time ago.
Yes, it was, man.
But the cool thing is that you see some of the things I'm talking about manifest itself into what it is today. Because, we were the first ones to kind of wear the high tops.
Yes.
And we were the first ones to kind of start this whole swag era. And, to see what it's evolved to today is like, man, we pioneered that.
No question.
Yep. Yeah.
No question.
It's different now. Like the loud colors and all that. We didn't go that deep. Different colored shoes.
Yeah.
You'd be run out the clubhouse if you try to pull that off. But just like, the start of an era where baseball was so conservative. And I think the 90s with the players and, the whole culture that was coming into baseball.
Yeah.
Ushered in a whole era of like what we call today is what we consider swag.
Yeah,
Yep.
no question on that. And I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in Oakland. I am an A's fan. But at 11 years old is when you started over there, and 100% truth about the swag, and especially all over the Bay Area. I mean, we obviously had Ricky on the other side and everything like that. And it's just it warms my heart to even think about the beginning of when you were in the league, because baseball was just so amazing down that way, all in all. So you guys did start that, and it brought a lot of people to the game. I don't remember an era that I enjoyed as much as that. Yeah, I was young and everything, but that's how I fell in love with watching the sports and being at the games and everything. And you were a pioneer of it all, and were something else. I gear towards shortstops. I love seeing the glove work and everything like that. But man, it's poetry in motion what you were doing there. I definitely have a little bit of background on you. Just last night, I was with my son. Actually, both my sons hit with Jerry Manuel's son, Anthony Manuel. Anthony not only remembers you playing for his dad, but he brought up that while taking infield way back in the day when you were in Chicago, you gave him a glove, and he still has it to this day. I don't know if you even remember that, but I am one of the biggest fans of Jerry Manuel and his entire family. I know we're jumping around a little bit, but talk to me about playing for Jerry Manuel in Chicago, man.
Man, what's crazy is I don't have a lot of positive things to
Of
say.
course, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying
I'm just
there.
being real,
Yeah.
but I always was one to think of when things happen in life, there's always a learning lesson, a betterment from it.
Yeah.
I was able to court my wife in Chicago.
Wow.
And it was probably, replacing Ozzy was a tough
Yeah.
thing for
Yes.
me to endure. But going from St. Louis to Chicago was another one of those hurdles that was, it's constantly being thrown at you.
Yeah.
And the way it went down, I was in Texas, signed a 4-year deal, and I was training with Pudge Rodriguez in Puerto Rico, my boy. Shout out to Pudge. And I got a call from Doug Melvin saying that, hey, we're going to go after A-Rod. I don't think we're going to get him, right? Yeah, but if we do, would you consider moving to second base? I was like, no. I'll get into a story about me and the dedication to shortstop.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I prefer that you just go ahead and trade me.
Yeah.
Now, what was happening is that the Dodgers were looking for a shortstop, and Doug says, man, I think I can get you home.
Ooh.
So I was like, yeah, let's go, baby. I was hitting the homies like, I'm coming home.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's about to go down. So I was with a dear friend. We're in the car, and I get a call from Kenny Williams saying, just got traded to the Chicago White Sox. And I was like, what?
Oh, man.
I was like, oh, what happened? Come to find out, I guess my agent at the time, Aaron Tellem and Jerry Reinsdorf, had some type of back and forth.
Okay.
And I think when Aaron signed Albert to this deal with Chicago, Jerry Reinsdorf said that you owe me a favor after the strike and all this stuff. And they wanted a defensive shortstop. I guess that's what happened as far as what Chicago was looking for, and I was that favor.
You were that one.
And, that's the business of baseball.
For sure.
But it wasn't – I never felt a welcoming situation. I got there, had a brief conversation with Jerry. He was like, I had Jose Valentin. And I think he had a rapport with Jose because he'd been there a couple of years, had 30 home runs.
Yeah.
It was kind of his guy, but –
Understood.
I could read between the lines.
Yeah.
Like, Jose wasn't happy moving to third.
Yep.
Right? Jerry was happy with Jose, but he had some defensive struggles as shortstop.
Understood.
So I was like, man, I'm in this situation, and it stinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got off to the worst possible start I
no.
could ever have.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold.
Yeah.
I'm struggling my tail off.
Man.
It was bad all the way around. But
everything.
So I was courting my wife at the time. She's an Olympic sprinter. I met her in Great Britain.
Wow.
She just come back from the 2000 Olympics. So just to give you a little backdrop, it got so bad that she was in Europe training, getting ready, and I left to go grab something to eat. Came and I got a call from the doorman downstairs. Said, "You have a package here that's waiting on you." I was like, "A package? I didn't order anything. What's going on?" He goes, "No, you should come get it." You know, blah blah blah. So I go down. I 10 minutes walk back to my apartment, and Samantha sat downstairs. She got on a flight, flew from Europe to Chicago, and she said, "Babe, you just sounded so down. I had to come."
Oh my word!
That is.
And had to go back 24 hours later.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Wow. So at that point, I knew I had a great woman in my life. And like I said, the negativity that I don't choose to get into about the situation in Chicago, but I look at it, if it wasn't for that situation, I probably wouldn't have had the appreciation of my wife, and a lot of things wouldn't have happened, my family. And so I look back, as much as it was a tough situation, I look back and humbly say that it was a blessing.
Of course. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And how many times do we find that that's where the blessings come from, is the toughest situations.
Right.
I would love to just continue to dive right back into the family stuff here, though. You know, Olympic sprinter, huh?
Yeah.
I understand at least one of your kids got that gene as well, right?
Well, both my girls did.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Incredible. Can you give the listeners an outline of your kids, their ages and things like that, so they get an understanding of it all?
Yeah, so Samantha and I had triplets that are now 20. Elijah, Imani, and Naya. I have an older boy. The oldest is 19 months apart from the triplets. Royce is 22. But it's kind of like people sit there like, oh, that figures they followed you guys' passion.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that we pushed on them. It's just like they gravitated towards athletics. They played all sports.
Yeah.
But Naya and Imani excelled in track. Imani went to San Jose State on a scholarship. Fought with some, commitment as far as what she really wanted to do, and last year decided she was done running.
Got it.
So we support her. Said,
of course.
Hey, come home, do whatever it is, find your passion.
Yeah.
And, that to me was really speaking our truth.
Love that.
Because you can't just say, oh, well, we support you, whatever. Then when they do decide to make some changes in their life, have this voice of disappointment. So we support her in whatever it is that she wants to do. She wants to be an interior decorator, so she's happy in her life. She's doing tremendously well in school.
Incredible.
Naya is pursuing her passion at Oregon.
Yes.
She's on the track to run for the British Olympic team.
Look at that.
Damn, that's incredible.
That's amazing. She's trained in Europe. She's traveled in Europe, and she's in their system with the dual citizenship. So
incredible.
She's starting her sophomore year, redshirted because of injury last year. But that's what the girls are doing.
Incredible. And the boys got the baseball gene, huh?
Yeah. So Elijah the triplet boy committed to Cal last year.
I'm a big Cal fan, so I've seen his name on there. So
he committed. They had two freshman All-Americans up the middle. And again, that kind of dedication to his craft. There was some possibilities of moving to the outfield, third base, and I said, son, this is just not, for you. If you were to ask me, you're too talented at what you do.
Yep.
He plays shortstop.
He plays short and second. So he made the decision, that he was going to transfer from Cal. Now, both Jared and I think PJ left Cal.
Yeah.
So he was the incumbent to do that.
Yep.
But he was like, no, I think my baseball acumen as far as my development would be better somewhere else.
Yes.
Nothing against Cal.
Of course, yeah.
But he's at Campbell, University of North Carolina, and he's doing his thing up the middle of the infield. So he's played short and second. And I kind of laughed at him because he got off to a little slow start. I said, man, you like me. I didn't like that cold weather, bro. I said, but I had a thing called the climb. And every year if I start off slow, I said, man, I'm just going to watch this. I'm going to climb and keep going and keep scratching and just go out there and keep pushing.
Yeah.
And I would end up where I needed to be.
Oh,
I could
love
start
this.
off. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the scoreboard and you can get caught up in that, but today is the day.
Man, I love that. I can't wait for my son to hear that. He started off slow this year. Yeah. He was fighting some injuries last year on his junior year, cut his year short, but he's going through that right now. And you just, with the amount of work that you see these kids do behind the scenes, you want them to get a little bit so they don't of success, so they don't get frustrated with it. But you know that it all evens out. Just because the first 15, 20 at bats didn't go the way that you want, it changes quickly. So I can't wait for him to hear that and everything. So man, thank you for sharing that portion of it. You got a chance to coach your kids throughout as well, right?
Yeah, it was a blessing. I didn't plan to.
Yeah.
Because my whole like little league development side of it was we're in Malibu.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, oh, let's just go play. Play. And I'm like, bro, what's going on here? You know, and I brought in some guys that Mario Miranda.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't have kids.
Yeah.
He was on the College World Series team at Fullerton. And a guy named Pete Cannon, a couple guys that were baseball heads that decided they want to come coach. And I was like, man, you coach my kids.
Let's go.
Now, we'll talk about the messaging.
For
right?
sure.
But I wanted that foundation to be there and didn't have to be through my voice.
Yeah.
So, we changed the whole scope of what was going on in Malibu, man. It made it very competitive.
Yeah.
My kids had a blast competing against, I played at Ladera Little League. And, they competed against Ladera.
Yeah.
So it was like, the old heads was like, oh, he's bringing this stuff back. Like, it used to be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Malibu's really going after some things right now.
Incredible.
So that was like the really fun part. And then when we got to a level of the kids getting ready to go to high school, Malibu wasn't, at the high school level really that competitive.
Yeah.
Didn't have the facilities. And there were conversations with some pretty significant, great schools academically and athletically. Sierra Canyon,
Yes.
one of the kids, and then Oaks Christian came calling. And my buddy was like, man, they got a coaching job open. Looking for a new coach. Would you consider it? And I was like, yeah, my kids weren't even in high school yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll take a swing at it and
Yeah.
see how it goes. And found myself immersed and coached there through, for a little about 8 years.
Incredible.
Was able to coach. One of the crazy stories is, to win a World Series and do all the things I did in my baseball life was a blessing. But in high school, I lost the CIF championships in Dodger Stadium. So I never won a CIF championship. So
Dang.
in 2022, Royce is playing center, Elijah's playing second. And we, kind of understated team. We end up winning the CIF championship.
Oh my goodness.
And to win it with my boys and this group of young men that just deserved it and did the things that I could never ask them.
Yeah.
As far as like they did everything I asked as far as coming together. And when we made the rings up, it was just like, man, our whole motto was brotherhood. So that's what we got transcribed on the rings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
That is the best.
And to think like, not just to think about my own boys,
Yeah.
but to have that brotherhood like
Yeah.
in the family to win a CIF championship and forever be tied with those young people. Not just the championship teams, but the teams that every team I coached at Oaks was something I loved and will never forget.
Coaching at the high school level is like the most influential point of, like, I can't thank my coaches in high school enough. Literally changed my life. You had the opportunity to do that, and you're right. They'll always remember that championship one, but that's not the biggest impact. Just that was an incredible year. You touched lives over an 8-year period of time, and especially when you can look at the coach and you want to emulate how they are and everything, it makes such a difference. I got to think with all the accomplishments you've had on the field, that has to be rank up there with the impact that it has.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle. I mean, it was the thing is I was given so much and I wanted to have that outlet to give back.
Yeah.
I had so many great mentors in my baseball life, my life period. And I found myself giving more life lessons and talking about baseball.
Thank you.
And that was the most important thing, I think, as far as like people think like, oh, I hired Jeff Weaver as a pitching
Oh,
coach.
my goodness.
I had Dimitri Young as our hitting coach. I had Joe Borchard in our JV. I mean, my guys,
Dang.
But we had so much fun and we were just able to release, I know, that we were able to release the pressure because we understood how difficult the game is. More importantly, how difficult life can be.
Man.
Can you imagine I mean, what that was, sorry to interrupt you, but what
Yeah.
that was like for those high school kids,
I
that had to have been surreal.
seriously,
I don't
seriously.
know. I think half of them didn't even realize our careers. They're like, I don't know this old dudes.
Actually, I forget because I'm turning 43 in May. So when you made it to the Major League Baseball, I always say this, like, baseball is crazy special when you're a young kid. Like I can remember being 9, 10, 11 years old when the Giants were playing at Candlestick, and it was like it's hard to even put into words. Now as like a grown adult, I enjoy going to baseball games.
Yeah.
But like players that you're seeing joining the team, and then like the players that you played with on the Giants, I'm just gonna interject real quick.
Absolutely.
When you joined that Giants team, were there any players that stood out that kind of like took you under their wing, or were there anyone that you kind of like gravitated to in that locker room?
Man, I would selfishly say all of them, man.
Yeah.
Because it was just myself and Darren Lewis, my best friend to this day. We were the young bucks, and we kid around, we hang out, and it's like, man, I don't think we talked for like 2 years. We were just sitting there like, I can't believe this. I'm looking to my right, I got Matt Williams. I'm looking to my left, I got Robbie Thompson, and I'm looking across, and Will Clark is like, man, you better throw me the ball right here.
Oh, that is great.
And I turn around, look Barry and left, and Willie McGee. The list goes on and on. Kevin Bass. I mean,
Just the best.
so much of the veteran leadership that just molded me as a young player, and I'm so thankful because I know they taught me the right way.
Yeah.
And the mentorship was the most important thing for, people say, how'd you play as long as you did?
Yeah.
I said, man, look at my mentors.
Yeah.
And look at how Dusty Baker took myself and Darren and made sure that we knew how to be professionally off the field as equally important on the field.
Yeah.
We used to get up in the mornings on the road, and he'd take us all over different cities, and we'd be like, man, I'm tired, bro.
Yeah.
He'd be like, nope, get up, go downstairs. But we saw the love and just the givingness of Dusty talking to people in restaurants and having that communication, just giving back to the communities that, are lessons that, I forged to this day.
That's special, man. Dusty Baker, Sacramento legend.
Oh, man.
I remember I was like at a Kings game a couple years ago, and I don't know if Dusty still has the floor seats, but man, all game long, people are just coming up to Dusty, and I'm like, I remember tapping him on his shoulder. I'm like, that's gotta annoy the shit out of you, man. He's like, no, we're fine.
He loves it.
He's just
he's
the
that guy.
The guy is just a gentle giant, man. Just a good human being. Was Kevin Mitchell on that team?
Kevin was on the team when I got called up in '91.
Okay.
So I got to spend some time with Kev.
Yeah.
That's a bad man.
Yeah, man. I remember him taking me shopping in Houston.
Oh.
And there was a place called North Beach Leather, and this stuff is expensive. Jackets, leather pants. I didn't rock the leather pants. He was like, pick yourself out a jacket. I'm picking myself out a jacket, and I'm looking at him. He's like, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. I'm like, bro, how much money does this dude got? He just ordered like everything, and it was just like, that was my experience of big league life. It was pretty good.
Man. Oh, man.
Was that just like, I mean, obvious question, but like, how surreal was that for you that you, like, all that hard work, obviously growing up playing baseball, and now you're sharing moments like that? Was that just super surreal, or what?
Yeah, it's funny because I have this cautionary thing. It's just like I was talking to some young players, and people say hard work, hard work, hard work. I was like, this wasn't work; it was passion.
Yeah. Ooh.
So my daughter, just for example, to clarify and understand, my daughter is like she's a lovely artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid, she just sit there and be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't work.
Mm-hmm.
This is her passion.
Mm-hmm.
This is what she loves to do, and that's baseball for me. It's never work.
Yeah.
It's never work. And
From day
fruits
one,
of whatever that is, it's just like, okay, I'll take whatever comes along with it. But I never considered taking a rep as work. Never.
That's special.
Mentioning just how you showed up in your boys' life and coached them. Was your father involved with your upbringing with baseball?
Man, that's a beautiful story because I did this whole thing. speaking of podcasts, and I'll throw it out there. I want to do I did a episode called Fatherhood, just talking to fathers about the influence of being a father and the influence of their father had on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat and talked with my producing partner. But anyway, when I was asked that same question, I was like, bro, me and my brother both played professionally.
Mm-hmm.
I never played catch with my dad.
Really?
Wow. He didn't care about it. He was a car salesman, worked hard, preached education to both me and my brother. And he would support us. He'd come out to the games, but he wasn't like, oh, let's go outside and work on something. He was never that.
Really?
And never talked about pushing us to do anything and none of this stuff. It was just like both him and my mom were just like, we'll show up. We'll be there. But it was never like this whole thing of like, let's go outside and play catch. You get up and do some work, and it's never that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Where do you think your passion for the game came from then?
In my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my heart.
Yeah,
and I'm a strong believer in the God that we have inside of us.
Yeah.
Not a religious man.
Yeah.
I'm a man of God.
Uh-huh.
And God is in me, and we have the innate ability to create whatever it is that we want.
Mm.
That's the truth and the liberation of understanding of our power as far as our godliness on this universe.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't a surprise. None of this stuff in anything that I've done in my life has been mapped out by me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good, the bad, and
Yeah.
ugly.
Yeah.
I take full accountability for whatever that is.
I love
Your brother played professional.
Yes.
Our research and development team didn't pick that up, so we're gonna have to talk to Ryan. We're gonna talk about Ryan Quinn about that. So, where's your brother at now? What teams did he play for?
He played for the Yankees. Played with the Giants with me, AAA. Went overseas, played, pitched for a long time. Worked UPS for a while, but he still has a passion. He's still coaching. He's a pitching coach at Chaparral High School.
Nice.
He was a pitching coach for the Diamondbacks, Kansas City.
Wow.
Just knowledgeable dude, loves the game like me, and just can't get enough. He'll talk about it, but his whole approach to it's more aggressive. I think that's what helped me.
Yeah.
Man, you stink, man.
Oh,
what you doing? Typical big brother.
So he was a pitcher?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
Yeah.
And he lives in SoCal as well.
He lives in Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Okay.
There you go.
You're originally from Burbank, is that correct?
No, I was born in Burbank. We grew up in Inglewood.
Inglewood,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dodgers fan?
Dodgers fan, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
Who's your team?
The Giants. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the organization I came through.
Yep.
Gosh,
My heart's
man.
here, man.
He's so happy to hear
I
this.
can't believe that. Again, man. I cannot believe I'm sitting in a room. This wasn't on my bingo card. You know what I'm saying? When I'm, to have a podcast and have freaking Royce Clayton up in here. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Just insane, man. So, talk to us a little bit about that. Was it rough? I mean, you're 4 years now with the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Were you expecting getting traded? What was the whole kind of lineage with that story?
Wow, man, it was Darren. At the time, we had roommates. So Darren
really?
Lewis was my roommate from spring training on. In '92, we broke in together, and then we played together. It was just like, man, this is gonna last forever. We're the middle of the field. Everybody's going crazy. These two young guys, pillars of the Giants. Then '93 happens. We're just rolling.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, this is going to be amazing. And Darren got traded. And I cried like a baby, man.
Wow.
Because it was so emotional. I couldn't believe it. I was like, my world was rocked.
Man.
I didn't know who am I going to eat with? What am I going to do? And it introduced the business side of baseball, because we talked about it. And he's like, man, they told me if I didn't accept arbitration, this, that, and the other. I was offered a multi-year deal. Giants came to me and said, if you don't take this deal, there's a likelihood that we're going to have to trade you because we want to keep you, but this is this parameters of like a 10-year deal that locked me in. It was undervalued, I thought, and as much as I wanted to stay in San Francisco, soon thereafter, I was coming up to my arbitration year, and I was traded to St. Louis, and I found myself having a meeting with Tony La Russa. I'm just like, what in the world just happened? Yeah, and it was to be honest with you, it was just not only a tough thing, but I think when you think about your career in the career path, I don't ever regret anything.
Yeah.
But now, like when we talk about, are you a Giant? Are you a Red Sox? Are you this? Are you that? Play for so many different teams. I don't have an identity.
Yeah.
Right. I know who I am.
Yeah.
I know what I am as a player, but I'm not affiliated to an organization.
Yeah.
And as much as I haven't been, people say, oh, you must go back to this camp or that camp to do. I haven't done any of it because I'm so just, I'm over here, I'm over there. There's no true, one organization like a Brandon Crawford.
Yeah.
Or, Barry Larkin, the cornerstone of a shortstop that's been with the organization for 10 plus years. Would I like to have had that? I don't know what my career would have been like.
Yeah.
The walk of my life has been what I consider perfect.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds. So did Barry join out? Was that 93?
93.
Okay. What was that like? I mean, did you have a dialogue with Barry? You're still pretty young at that time.
Yeah.
Barry was I think he's only like 4 years older than you.
No, he's a little older.
I think Barry's 61.
Yeah.
Are you 56?
56, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my brother and Barry went to ASU together.
Oh, did they? Oh, man.
So my brother would bring Barry over to the house. My mom would cook when they come in town.
Dude, are you kidding me?
So I had this whole experience with Barry in the same dude. And I'm in high school, and he was telling me I wasn't shit. I was like, bro, I don't even know you like that. Why are you saying this about me? So as soon as he walks in, he's like, oh, you ain't shit. But a beautiful story. Barry was he's a big brother to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I saw the best and got the best out of myself from watching Barry go about his business. Right? So he's trash talking. Me and Darren would trash talk back.
Yeah.
He loved us for that.
Yeah.
We would just sit there before the game and like, you ain't shit. No, you ain't shit. He was the best player in the game. We're telling him he's not shit. But 93 got off to a good start. He goes, man, I'll bet you $2,000 that you won't hit 280. If you do, I'll pay you $2,000. If you don't, you owe me $1,000. I said, man, bet. I'll take it. I'm hitting 300. I'm hitting over 300. I'm feeling good. So this goes on, and he would kind of egg me. He's like, man, you're slipping a little bit, as the course of the year. So fast forward, the last game of the season, we had to beat the Dodgers for a fourth time in order to get to the playoffs because the Braves won 104 that game before us. We lost. And it was devastating. I'm in L.A., man. I'm in my locker, just like, oh, my God, this is horrible, right? And Barry walks up to me with $2,000, pats me on the butt and says, good job. I was like, how is this dude even thinking about this? But that shows the type of man that he is, that he inspired me and didn't forget that. Because in the darkest of darkest moments, man, the last thing on my mind was that $2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, that's, we have a very, very close friendship. He's like family.
That's incredible.
Pat and my mom are like very dear friends. They speak all the time. To be coached by Bobby, just so many blessings to be around that family, man. And, I know he comes off as abrasive and tough, but, man, to really have a mentor that I could honestly say is the best player I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
In my life.
Oh, yeah.
That we'll ever see.
Oh, yeah.
Was an honor.
I don't think there's been like All the Smoke podcasts, Matt and Stack, they've had so many incredible people on their podcast, but like every time you hear from an ex-Major League Baseball player, everyone will say Barry Bonds the greatest player that they've ever seen. Like
he was unreal, man.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything other than that name.
Yeah. I mean, what he did in the numbers, God, it's just unreal. It's fake. Like some of the years that he put up, but you getting to see the real the real him. Like that's what a great story when it comes to that, man.
So when you were playing shortstop growing up as a kid, who was that guy for you? Was it Ozzy?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Ozzy's the man. He's by far my favorite player.
It goes so deep. I talk about, I said that we are, our manifestation of life is through us. So I emulated everything about Ozzie Smith. I was at Dodger Stadium watching Cardinals played. My dad's sitting there, and I said, I'm going to do that. I want to do exactly what that guy's doing. I was 13 years old. He goes, all right, son, all right. So my mom worked for TWA, and their hub is in St. Louis. So back in the day, you couldn't get stuff that, from any other organization. It was just like, you live in L.A., you're getting Dodger stuff.
Yeah.
So my mom would go to St. Louis periodically. She'd always come back with a trinket. Ozzie Smith statue, Ozzie Smith book, video. So she brought back this video one time as just highlights of him, and I study this thing every single day. Boom, boom, boom. Wore the same glove, everything, right? So I'm just wearing number 1 in high school. I actually, in high school, went out and did the backflip, going out to shortstop. Crazy, right?
Let's go.
So when all this stuff happened, I get traded to St. Louis, and I'm just like going through it. It's the toughest thing in my baseball life. My life period is tough. I'm getting booed in front of 30,000 people in St. Louis every time I take the field.
Damn.
My parents are there, and it's just like, bro, what is going on? This sucks. Right?
Yeah.
The media every day is about, well, Ozzie should play or this or what's going on. So I was literally in tears. Asked my mom, like, Mom, why is this happening? This is crazy. I'm in the peak of my career.
Yeah.
If I didn't come over here, none of this would be going on. I didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
She pulled up an article, and she goes, I want you to read this, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was an article in 1988 when I got drafted by the Giants, and talking to a member of the media. I don't remember who it was, but in my whole thing about baseball and my appreciation of the game, I said one day I want to replace Ozzie Smith.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I never remembered that until I read it, and it was a quote from me saying that this is my destiny. This was what I was going to do.
Goodness.
So now I'm here, and at that realization, now I have to accept what it is that I brought into my world.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Power of writing something down and visualizing, like,
Man.
that's insane.
So that's the whole background of where I understood how powerful with the powers that we have. You look at it as power. It's just something that I'm manifested, right?
Incredible.
And I think I handled it the best way I possibly could. We were one game away from the World Series, and the playoffs was the easiest part of that season because it was no longer about me and Ozzie. It was about us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I really became an unselfish player at that point because I knew the selfishness of me trying to survive to prove myself and what I was doing to myself mentally. But when the game became easier, is that, man, I just don't have to worry about this. We just got to win.
Yeah.
And I was addicted to trying to win. That was it. From
Good.
that point on, I was addicted to, man, I just want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know what I could do to help a team win.
Man.
Was that the season that you're referring to? Was that the first season in '96?
Yes.
Okay, and then '97, you had arguably one of your best years of your career.
I mean, I don't know. I never looked at it like that.
Okay.
But I think there was a maturation of me coming into my own. You know, it was just kind of like players start to put together their physical talent and their mental talent.
Yep.
I was mentally tested. I could go through anything.
Yeah.
Like, you could throw it at me. I'm like, all right, what's next? Bring it on. Right? I'm like, man, I just
I
got
love
booed
it.
for a whole season in front of
Exactly.
my home crowd.
Yeah.
And I replaced my legend. And, you know, from a personal standpoint, years later, I never talked to Ozzie about, you know, the situation.
Yeah.
He handled it how you handle it, and I respected it. You know, had nothing negative to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
about him. And we're in an event, and my wife had never met Ozzie in her life. This was before I even met Samantha. So she walked up to Ozzie and goes, I just want to let you know that whenever Royce talks about you to our children, he speaks nothing but the best about you.
That's incredible.
And he goes, you know what? Maybe I could have handled things differently.
Oh, man.
Not that I needed anything, you know. It's just, to me, that was closure.
Yeah.
But for him to say that, and for me to really genuinely talk to my kids about that experience of how much he influenced me, was the only story I had.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
God, that's special stuff right there, man. Oh, man, tried and true, getting through these tough times and everything like that. made you stronger and everything. You know, talk to me about, you know, you were just enamored with becoming the best shortstop under the sun. I got a son who's shortstop and third baseman and everything like that, and he really loves the infield work. You were enamored with Ozzy and would study him. What did you tell your kids as they were coming up for them to progress? And is there anything that you can share that I can help bring in front of my son who's striving to do something like that for at that young age, going through high school? I mean, that's a loaded question there, but I love to pick the brain of the process and would love to get any wisdom you can share.
It started with my dad.
Yeah.
You know, I was asked to play on this real exclusive club. If it was club, it was American Legion.
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
At
There
the
it
time.
is. There
it was
it
no
is.
club.
Yeah.
Right, but it was El Segundo.
Wow.
And Brett, you know, the Brett family was highly involved with the El Segundo community. George Brett, Kimmer Brett, it was all about that. And so my buddy was like, "Man, they want you to come over and play with us." You know, I'm like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
The guy at the time was just like, I forgot the guy's name. They had a shortstop, and I was gonna have to play second base. I'm telling my dad I'm super excited. El Segundo wants me to come play for him.
Yeah.
And I told him, but they want me to come play second. He goes, "I thought you told me you're a shortstop." I said, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Well, just understand, you go do that, but I'm not going to come watch it."
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So at that time, my dad instilled in me, like, you don't change who you are for the betterment of somebody else. Fast forward, go to the Olympic Festival, right? From the North, South, East, and West, they picked the Junior Olympic team. I'll go play for the West. There's a guy named Tom Reddington. He was a year ahead of me. I was a junior.
Okay.
Playing shortstop. And guy comes up to me, "Hey, Royce, we're going to move you to second, play some third." I said, "Coach, humbly, I'll just sit on the bench till I get an opportunity at short."
Yeah.
They moved Tom Reddington. I ended up being the shortstop for the USA team.
Whoa.
So it was just that dedication to yourself. This is what you say you're going to do. My dad was a man of his word. Do it. Just don't settle. Now, in today's game, it's a tough thing because there is no true position, right? They move, you know, MVPs, Mookie Betts from right field to short.
Yeah.
It's just so diluted into the importance of a position, right? Where what I did learn is the mastery of being a shortstop took me years, decades.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you make so many mistakes. There's so much you got to learn, so much you got to control, so much responsibility, understand and separate defense from offense, right?
Yeah.
And that was the kind of the spark for me, right? And through my career, I played one game at another position. I asked Terry Francona my last year, I said, "Tito, I never played another position my whole career.
Yeah.
Can you start me somewhere?" I played third base one game.
One game.
That was it. And so my dad, you know, was able to see me play my whole entire baseball life playing shortstop.
I'm so impressed by this story, man. I love everything you just said there. That's incredible, man.
So people could hear what you said earlier. I mean, I even perceived it a little bit, but when you mentioned the story about your dad, you know, he wasn't the one growing up playing catch with you. You can almost take that as a negative, but it sounds like you have a pretty good. Is your father still alive?
No, he passed at 93 5 years ago.
Okay.
Sorry to hear that.
No, he's lived a beautiful life.
Did you guys have a pretty close relationship?
That my dad was my best friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you know, I do say, like, as far as him not playing catch, which is nothing, he was my dad. He taught me life.
Yeah.
He taught me life. And that was the most important thing that I can translate into baseball. Man of your word. Be true to yourself. This is what you say you're going to do that. Do what you say you're going to do. Dedicate yourself. Be stubborn into your commitment to yourself, right? So the life lessons had nothing to do with baseball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just universal what he could teach me as far as being a man.
Yeah.
And that's how he talked to me.
Yeah.
and I was able to translate it into baseball. And one of the things I talked about fatherhood, my producing partner was sat on the couch with me. He goes, "Man, did your dad ever, say he was proud of you?" I go, "No, he was a man of very few words, right? But he didn't have to. I wanted my whole baseball life was to give him the respectability of a man, to be proud of him, of me, and be proud of himself, to hold his head up high, because the things that he went through in the 40s in the South, it was very dehumanizing, right? And the things that I saw him go through as a man, as a teenage young man with car business industry going under, and the struggles that he had to go through. Through me, he was able to hold his head up, right? And live his life in Malibu and do what he wanted to do. That was my thank you to him. And there's always kids today want to get back some props. It's like, no, he didn't have to give me props. I was there to give him his props. And I did have an opportunity to always say thank you. And he's like, I didn't do anything. Just washed your ass and put a roof over your head. But the things that he taught me as a man, and one of the things that when he passed away that was so eye-opening to me is like the homies I grew up with in Inglewood, like a lot of my friends would, say, man, I'm so sad to see Pops, everybody call him Pops. Pass, because he would sit and talk to me. He helped me raise my kids and talk to me. I was like, bro, I didn't even know that.
Dang, man.
Yeah, so I just understood the influence of being special to have a mom and a dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And especially my father, for me and my brother, our whole lives, we didn't understand as young people the appreciation of saying, man, I got a dad.
Yeah.
Because the communities, there's certain things that happen. And a lot of the community aspect of being not just a father to your own kids, but being a father to the community is something that I try to emulate. Yeah.
Man, special. I love it.
So what point, I'm trying to track, when you started having kids, was that towards the tail end of your career?
Yeah.
And that had to have been kind of worked out pretty good, because playing for 17 teams on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know how athletes like that manage to do that while having kids at home and all of that. So, as far as how that timing worked for you, what was that like for you?
It's perfect.
It's perfect. I love it. I love it.
I'll never forget, I was like, Robbie Thompson, we'd sit there, in between pitch and change. He goes, man, I think his son's name was Drew. He's like, Drew is graduating high school. I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. I'm like a kid. I'm like, bro, you got a kid in high school?
Dang.
He's like, yeah, man, but I missed a lot of it.
Yeah.
And so then when I sat back and thought, like, my kids were young when I was at the tail end of my career, I jumped into full dad mode.
Yeah.
Out of necessity, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
we had multiples, and it wasn't like I could be sitting on the couch doing nothing or not being present. And, it was a blessing to have, things that happened in my life.
Yeah.
To where it's like, man, I always take my kids to school. I was doing hair.
Yeah.
I never missed a game. I never missed a track meet. I've never missed anything. And imagine to have that blessing to be there for my kids. Now, the crazy part is like when my kids started to, okay, we're going to college now. The triplets graduated. I'm like, man, now who am I? I have no identity now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of the path of my life and my baseball life, especially, is to have the ability to be in that same presence as my father, my mother were present for me. No
doubt. And I love hearing that, because, you couldn't have planned it better for the timing of that. But, man, he knows me. Like, the missing of anything bothers me to none. I don't want to not be at a game in any way, shape, or form. I wish I didn't have to be so busy at the office. I'm usually by a field answering phones and everything, but I just refuse to miss anything for the kids. Now, your dad taught you life stuff, and you applied it to baseball, and these life lessons is there. From my end of things, being a basketball player, I was around so many football players that made it big time. I always felt like those sports aren't the best way to teach life because it's such an ignorance on fire, battle. I feel like baseball is such a better teacher of life because of how humbling it is, how a lot slower, having to think through things. Me not being a baseball player, but my kids, my daughter is playing softball at college at Concordia University down in Irvine. My son's a senior, and my little man, I'm helping coaching his team. But I've been using that diamond to teach a lot of life lesson stuff. So kind of going the opposite of what your dad was. Do you feel like baseball is also a really good teacher of life as well, just because of the speed and how much the thinking is? What are your thoughts about that, man?
Yeah, absolutely. So me taking the high school job was part of that process.
Yeah. I gotta think
I
so.
realized at home there's a lot of stuff going on, like kids running around. You always think, I'm gonna talk to my son and my daughter and sit down and teach them this life lesson. So I was blessed that Sam would be able to talk to the girls. But
Yeah.
I noticed something that when I was coaching, I huddled everybody up, and because their teammates are looking at me, focused on what I'm saying, they're looking at me, focused on what I'm saying, way more intently than when I'm at home.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
So I had a coach, it's like an alter ego.
Uh-huh.
And so at first, selfishly, it was about teaching my sons life
Yeah.
lessons. But then these all are my sons. These are all my children. I love each and every one of these guys.
Yeah.
So I'm speaking to the group, right? And so the life lessons that I taught every single day, I have a quote of the day. I
Yeah.
have different things that I would, just think about this
Yeah.
and talk about being a man and what that meant. And to see that come into action in very tough times, such as COVID, dealing with,
Yeah.
young men losing a year of their life.
Big time.
And having the conference and on the chats talking about now it's your time to step up, be a good son, be a good brother, be a leader. What I taught you to do, it's time to go into action, right?
Man.
And it does waver into everything that we talk about, especially like you said, the struggles of baseball.
Yeah.
They're dealing with the struggles of life. All these young people are dealing with struggle. So my kids would laugh, and sometimes they knew my little tricks. I would create havoc. I would create adversity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I would always talk about the adversity that we're going to soon face.
Exactly.
We could be on a 10-game winning streak, and I'm like, man, get ready for the storm is coming.
Yeah.
You know? Get ready, because this is the duality of life.
Yeah.
Right?
God.
And I said our season is not going to be shaped about these 10 wins. Our season is going to be shaped by the adversity when we lose 3 in a row.
Yeah.
That's going to be our season.
Yeah.
And it's up to us, right?
Mm.
And so when you start to talk about baseball and the season and how it goes, ups and downs, and as you progress, and it takes a long time late in your career to understand. I remember Willie McGee telling me, he used to call me Juice. He's like, Juice, 12 o'clock is right here. Clock keeps going, and you go down to the bottom. Guess what? It's going to go back up to the top.
Man.
But you got to figure out how to deal with this down here and not stay down here, right? It's life.
Yes.
So it taught a lot of resiliency, right? It taught me so much and prepared me for so much to help my kids, and then my kids in turn taught me. We lost our home in a fire in 2019 in the Woolsey fire. So Sam was out of the country. I just had the kids. And we're driving through this. We didn't know until I got a call that, man, your house burned down. We had the clothes on our back. That's it.
Oh my gosh, you lost
Everything, right? Everything. So I'm driving, and I'm just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do with the kids? Call the homie. I said, man, I'll come through. Sitting there, and look in the back seat, and Imani and Naya go, Dad, you know what? We're fine as long as we have each other. That's all that matters. And so I wanted on social media to let everybody know we're fine, but in my message I said, I've lost everything today that means absolutely nothing to me.
What a statement.
And from that point on, that's what it was.
Man.
Didn't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
So that lesson that they taught me was just how we had raised collectively, how we had raised our children. We didn't raise them to really care about possessions.
Yeah.
We didn't raise them to care about anything worldly except for the love that we have. That's it.
Man. God, you know I'm in heaven here.
Well, I wouldn't
talking about
I
this,
mean,
man.
rewinding to the memories before the fire, I definitely wouldn't trade the memories for the possessions. That's for sure. I mean, it's incredible perspective, man. I want to just kind of dive a little into it. It's funny because I've been going to watch his son play high school baseball. Like, I just think it's, you hear this talked about what's the hardest thing, football, baseball, basketball, but how were you not scared taking a 95-mile-an-hour fastball? Am I the only one that talks about this? Like, I'm
He brings it up every time he sees one of these pitches. He's like, man, I don't know. I wouldn't be able
but
to
it's
do
never
it.
existed. You guys are a different breed, man, because it's like, that to me seems like some of the scariest shit you can possibly think of is trying to hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, and we used to get out the way because, pitchers would knock you down. Now it's like, oh, you get a warning.
Yeah.
No, it's like you come in, the pitcher's like going to test you.
Yeah.
As a young player, perfect example is 93. We're going off offensively. I come up, man, they knock me down.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, Barry just hit a bomb. Why are you throwing that? Why don't you throw him?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on my back every day. Like, this is crazy. But, you learn to get out the way. You see it, you get out the way.
Noticeable difference when you made it to the majors, or was it still, when you were, it's AAA, right, before you get to the majors?
Yeah, I came through AA. I got sent down for a spell in 92, but I jumped from AA to the big leagues.
To the bigs. He missed it. Wow.
So noticeable difference in just pitching, talent, etc. once you're from AA into the majors. Is it pretty noticeable? Is there, touch on that a little bit?
I just thought it was easier.
Yeah, you thought it was easier.
I said, these dudes are throwing strikes, man. Dudes down in the bushes didn't have any idea where the ball was going.
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
man, they throw one at your neck and then one painted on the black. I'm like, nah,
That's
these
hilarious.
dudes are painting. They're throwing it in the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
That's incredible. You weren't expecting that answer, were you?
I was not expecting that answer. My mind's kind of blown now.
Oh, that's such a good answer.
Was there any, first 5-10 years of your career, were there any moments that stuck out that you could never forget as far as pitchers that you faced?
Man.
Loaded question.
No, it's not. It's just, I'll never forget this. Early in my career, I don't know how long Smoltzy had been around, but he was nasty, right? I mean, this dude was 96 with a slider, change. He takes some off. He was just filthy. And I think I was 0 for 2, come up in a key situation, and Smoltzy's on the bump, and Dusty's like, pinch hit for me. I come in, I slam my shit, like, man, I'm pissed, right?
Yeah.
And he called me in after the game. He goes, first and foremost, don't ever do that.
Yeah.
I want you to be pissed.
Yeah.
But don't show that.
Exactly.
He's like, secondly, I just saved you from a third strikeout.
Keeping it real.
He just like, that dude owned me, man.
Whoa, that is classic.
That's classic Dusty shit, right? And I just started laughing.
Yeah. Smoltz is a badass golfer too.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got to get out there with him, man. I've been inundated with high school sports, but now I'm just grinding on it.
Man.
I want to get in some of those events and
Yeah.
maybe have some redemption. Like, bro, let's go. Let's get out there, Smoltzy.
That is incredible.
That's wild.
Yeah, man. Oh.
Yeah, he was really, really good. I mean, that staff was, Maddox,
course,
Glavine,
yeah.
Smoltz. Avery I killed, so I couldn't wait for him to pitch.
Oh,
I was just like,
man.
yeah, I get to face Avery. But he was obviously a great left-handed pitcher. Their pitching staff was insane. But Smoltzy had the best stuff. I mean, the best. I mean, stuff.
Yeah.
Like not intimidating. I'm not scared of anybody.
Yeah.
But a due respect, right, to this what he could do with a baseball.
Man.
Like Maddox could paint. You know, it was a comfortable 0 for 4. But it just seemed like with Smoltz with me, it's just like, bro, you didn't even foul one off.
Dang.
Like you didn't touch the ball.
Smoltz was left-handed, right?
No,
No,
right-handed.
he was right.
Tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. That's insane.
Of the ballparks that you played at, was there one that stuck out that you're just like, this would probably be my favorite ballpark that I got to hit out of? I mean, Colorado, I would imagine, is a fun ballpark to be a hitter at. Was there anyone that kind of stuck out to you?
You know, I didn't really, if I could see the ball well, I was like, cool, Colorado, I saw the ball well. You know, it was L.A., I saw the ball well, but it was my favorite place to play because the infield was pristine.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the early 90s where, you know, you go some places and the infield's trash. This place was like a golf green.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, coming home, getting a home-cooked meal.
Yeah.
Getting to show off in front of your friends, getting to beat the Dodgers as a Giant.
Yeah.
You know, it was just always a great atmosphere for me to play both offensively and defensively. But as a shortstop, I literally judged ballparks by how good the infield was.
Wow.
Because it's like, bro, I can get a hit or I can't get it. I
Yeah.
can go 0 for 4, but, dude, I got to make these plays and I can help us win. But if I didn't feel comfortable in the infield, I was just like, oh, shit, I never not wanted the ball hit to me because I always wanted the ball hit to me. It was just a little thing in my mind like, okay, you got to be precise. Go get it. You can't sit back not even a little bit because that ball could jump up, right? But Dodger Stadium, man, I just knew that ball was going to lay down easy. Yes.
Sick.
That is, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the mental side of the game, man. Like, obviously, you develop it a lot once you get to the higher ends. How did the development of the mental side of the game happen when you were younger and coming up?
Talking. Man, we talked a lot. We talked so much.
Yeah.
Early in my career, hey, kid, go grab the beers.
Yeah.
Going to grab the beers, sit in the training room, and these dudes just start going over, like, pitching tendencies.
I love it.
I know they talk about analytics. We had our own dialect, and that was the best analytics could possibly be because we sit and talk about a plan of attack for the next pitcher. We talk about things that could help you as a player.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, just know, like, 3-2, I'm going to leave that hole open for you. I'm not going to steal a bag.
Yeah.
So it's just like all these little intricacies that we knew, like what makes you comfortable. If I flash too quick or a fake steal doesn't mess you up.
Yeah.
Do you like this? Or, there's so much that we learned in the hours that would happen after the game. It was now later in my career, I saw there was like as soon as the game ended, it was like a fire drill. Everybody was gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like there's nobody in here but me and a couple older dudes. I'm like, where the hell's everybody at? But that learning aspect comes from the veteran player. That learning to deal with adversity comes from the veteran player. The coaches can only do so much. You have a hitting coach. There's no weight on that. No disrespect to a hitting coach. But the dude that's going in the battle with you, that's been through what you've gone through, that is still dealing with what you're going through. And for him to talk to you is helping himself get into the right habits, but he's helping a young player understand, like, bro, this is hard.
Yeah.
And you're going to get it. You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine.
Man.
I'll never forget one thing I always try to tell young people. I was sitting there and struggling a little bit, and it's another case in between pitches. Matt Williams looks at me and goes, hey, kid, just do something to help us win every day. That's all you're accountable to. So I do something. I can look at myself in the mirror and feel good about me coming back tomorrow. Now, what's something? Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Stealing the base. Turn a double play. Walking. It's like some days you may have 5 somethings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But do one. Right?
Yeah.
It alleviates the complexity of the game.
I love that.
But the most important thing he said, do something to help us win. Right?
Yeah.
And it's just such an unselfish attitude.
It is.
and it takes the weight off of you. I got to be 4 for 4. Man, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that, right?
Oh man.
And then you come back and you feel good about yourself, man. Hey, you know what? I did a couple things to help us win that game.
Yeah.
I feel good. Let's go. Let's go. Ready to play tomorrow.
Man.
So just the conversations, which I think is lacking in today's game, because
Yeah.
there is no veteran leadership.
Yeah.
Because we can get into a whole different conversation about why the veteran presence of Major League Baseball players is not there anymore, right?
Yeah.
I think that we're watching a product that doesn't understand the game,
Yeah.
doesn't understand the nuances,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't understand, like, why would I have to go in my pocket and look at where to stand? Like, what? Like, dude, I know this guy. I know what my guy has today, right? I know there's a little dew on the grass at Dodger Stadium at high tide. See, all these things, there's nothing the computer's going to spit out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know I could see what kind of stuff my pitcher has, so I'm going to shade a little bit more over here. Right?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
if he's going, I'm like, they ain't going to get around. I'm going to be over here.
Yeah.
So it's just, they've taken the human element out of the game. And they've taken the human element out of society.
Yeah.
And my dad would always say, son, baseball mirrors society.
Ooh.
That's good, man.
Ooh, that is a dime right there.
Are you a fan or not a fan of some of the also just the changes in baseball? You know, like I don't know why this. I'm for instant replay, but I don't know how I feel about the new rule with the strikes. If it's a strike or a ball, how do you feel about those changes?
Yeah, I don't know. Like throughout the whole course of the game, I always like, bro, there's umpires are good. They get it right a lot, right? And they have tendencies, just like as players, we have tendencies. It was our job to know what the umpires' tendencies are. That's part of our scouting. That's part of our preparation, right?
Yep.
You know, Joe West is going to give you a high strike. You know, he likes the ball out over the plate. You know, he's not going to go down because he's got a big belly. You can't get down. No offense, Joe.
Scout report.
You know, so it's taken out the human element to where there is perfection into something that was never meant to be perfect. Yeah.
See, that's what I wanted to say to it.
That's the best explanation I've heard, man. I could get behind that, man. I get frustrated watching when when they're wrong, but that's the best explanation I've ever heard.
Is there a limit on instant replays that a team gets?
I think it's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
As far as appealed strikes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but there's two different things, right? It's the instant replay can be like on a tag. Like
You're talking about out there. I thought you were talking about ball.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I'm not a big fan of the ball and strike thing. I like the human element aspect of it, and helps you become a better player just by studying and studying.
Yeah,
I like that, man.
There's a big student component to the game.
Yeah,
and I think that we just gotten into such a physical thing.
It has.
Because the world is like everything's physical. It's like, okay, but it neglects here, right? It neglects instinct.
Yeah.
It neglects a lot that naturally we play as a kid.
I agree.
Right? And you're supposed to grow.
Yeah.
Right? But they're just worried about how big and strong they are and how hard the ball comes off the bat and how hard the guy throws.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the nuances that make the game so great. Nor does it have to do with the nuances that are necessary to win a ball game, right? This guy could be throwing 100 and this guy could be hitting the ball 120, but you still lose. Who cares?
Yeah.
Can't throw it over the plate and this guy is swinging and missing. So it's like, man, it's just I can go on. I don't want to seem like an old disgruntled old school cat because I'm happy for the young player.
Yeah.
Right.
Of
I'm
course.
happy for them getting paid. The money or whatever that's happening in their lives, but understand that the game is a nuance and appreciated because of the game and the beauty of it.
Yes.
It's like art.
Yes.
It's like art to me.
It is.
And the whole thing speeding it up and doing this because people can't sit down and watch a game for 4 hours versus 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it that you have to do? Why is everybody in a hurry?
That part.
It mirrors society. Was exactly what he said,
right.
man.
Simpler times.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Little turn just because we want to just thank him for the introduction, but Brett Lawton,
Yes.
man, the man, we started off before we even talked about the podcast, but your aura is very, very chill, which is a nice presence. Brett's a pretty chill dude too when he wants to be, but he is like, man, that his brain is always moving, and he's a super sharp dude. We're glad that he got you out there. Talk about that relationship of how you and Brett met, because I believe both of you guys are surfers, right?
Yeah.
But that's not how you guys met, though, right? Or did you guys meet at like a mixer or something?
Yeah, we met at Cedric the Entertainer's golf tournament.
Yeah.
Bingo. Okay.
And so I was walking around, and he was like, "Hey, man." I was like, "Hey." We started talking, and you know how Brett, before I knew it, I was in an hour conversation. I hadn't said a word.
Yeah.
Right? And then he was just like, "Let's go grab something to eat." So we went and grabbed something to eat. And I just find people interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a background. Then we got in the whole surf thing. I said, okay, well, now we have some real parallels here.
Yeah.
And, kids and just how much we appreciate the water and, business. He started talking to me about business. I love to hear people's stories of how they become successful in business, or what their, what this background is when it comes to business and how they look at it. And, I was just like fascinated
For sure.
by what your journey is. It's very similar to mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that we can learn something from everybody.
For sure.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, the biggest compliment I ever get, and this is just me being non-humble, but people say, "Man, you're just such a humble dude."
Yeah.
It's like, it's a practice in life, because nobody's more important,
For sure.
less important than me.
Yeah.
We're all equally here, right? We're all equally here to be a part of something, and that's why we're sitting here having this conversation. It's not by happenstance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't believe in any of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what we wanted to happen, and we're all learning from it. And sitting down with Brett on a continued basis, I have to really focus, because there's so much that's going on.
For sure.
But I learn a lot from him.
Man. And what you said is exactly why this podcast even originated from. We love to hear people's stories and how they got there, what hurdles they had. And we get a lot of entrepreneurs on the podcast, and I'm fascinated by it all. Post-career, obviously you did a lot of coaching and everything, but what else have you been into post-career, with businesses or anything like that? What does that look like?
Well, I always kind of dibbled and dabbled. Even during my playing career, I was starting to, look at some of my mentors that were doing businesses and what they're doing, and talking to people, listening. Yeah. More so listening. And I was a founder at a bank. Water Bank.
Oh, wow.
In Scottsdale, Arizona.
I heard you were into financial stuff. I didn't know exactly what it was, but interesting.
Great life lesson. It happened before the crash.
Uh-huh.
So I learned a lot about our economic system.
Yeah.
About the federal government, about how things work. And, it would be deemed as like, man, that was a catastrophe, because you guys were on an upward projection until the whole world almost crashed, right? In 2007. 2008. But to learn how the intricacies of the banking system works was interesting. And then understanding how now we have 3 principal banks. We were a product of that. Right? We understood how this happened. And I did some real estate development. I've done some, lightweight acting. I've done a lot of different things, just kind of like wherever floats me in a different direction. But from all these different experiences, I think I can help kind of be a piece to somebody looking for a solution to a problem. Right? There's a guy's like, "Oh man, I need some marketing expertise." It's like, man, I started. Another crazy story is just how my mind works. I started a music company for walk-up songs.
Oh, wow.
So I was the first ever to start to put in an intellectual property for walk-up songs. So it wasn't in existence. So I went to Major League Baseball Players Association and said, "Hey man, I want to do walk-up songs and get a license to do it. And he's like, music is not an intellectual property. So I created the intellectual property.
Whoa.
And that was a great experience.
Yeah.
Dealing in the music industry, understanding my objective about brands and how the players I he commoditized something that was unthought of at the
Yeah.
time. But I was Sam always says, you're so ahead of yourself, man. It's like light years ahead. Like now it would be like probably $1 billion business. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just like, it was just taking all those different things I've learned and bringing it together.
Man.
Right? And this is like when all that stuff started with like MySpace and
Yeah.
social media and all this stuff was starting. I was just like, the player needs to monetize that because we were doing it for free.
Yeah.
I said, what if we create a song where the player has some ownership in it, matches with that artist, and now we're bringing music and sports together and we monetize it both.
So you're literally talking about creating an original song for a walkout.
That's what I did.
Man.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did you end up like keeping that going, or did you sell it, or?
No, well, so the other side of it, I learned about the VC world. So the guy that we brought in to help finance it tried to steal the intellectual property
Oh my
from me.
goodness.
Because my music partner got in the hard times
Uh-huh.
and signed over management rights to this idiot.
Oh my
right?
goodness.
And he thought that, I could steal it and do what I want to do with it and take the VC concept and monetize it how I want. And I was like, no, you can't, because I'm just going to walk away.
Yeah.
Now you have no interaction with the player.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the relationship, and thank goodness for the Players Association, they granted me the license because it was me.
Mm-hmm.
And because the respectability they had with me and knowing that I cared about the player.
Yeah.
And they weren't just going to do it with some bozo that had a ton of money.
Yeah.
And so you learn all these things, and you learn how the intricacies of, people saying, I need some money. I'm going to go to a VC firm. I'm going to do this. I said, dude, their only option, their only reason for being in existence is to steal your company.
Yeah.
They're not here to help you, right? And so you make it a broader understanding, right? There is no help when it comes to capitalism. There is none, right? Capitalism is built on greed,
Yeah.
right? And so we have to understand what exactly money is to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
People say, man, what is it that you want and what do you want to do? I said, I don't want for anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That means I have everything I want
Uh-huh.
because we're blessed with abundance,
That's right.
right? True abundance is going outside and seeing what nature has.
Yeah.
Trees,
Yeah.
grass, sunshine, wind. We're abundantly blessed with everything, right? But money comes into it and says, well, I don't have enough of it.
Yeah.
Well, enough of what? yeah.
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 Oh,
like when
man.
my house burned down, it really taught me a quick lesson.
Yeah.
Right? I got nothing.
And
So what? So what now? I still have everything.
It is. And
Yeah.
the kids saying that, I'm just still blown
Man.
away that you learned it from that, man.
Man, they teach you.
That's-
Teach you how you talk.
That had to have been the best feeling hearing that from your kid. Oh,
The
I
best.
can't. I know we're circling back to the same. That had to have been the best. I did something right. If that's what came out your kid's mouth, right?
Absolutely. And the thing is that the problem with today's measures, like when I slowly started to, not to get off topic,
Yeah.
what we're talking
You're
about.
good.
But I noticed, like, when I go talk to schools and, so forth, they was like enamored, just like when I was a kid. It's like, oh, man, Kenny Landreau came.
Yeah,
He signed
yeah.
a bat.
Yeah.
Tell me about baseball.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
How's it feel to play on the field? Kids start asking me, how much money you make?
That's
You're 10 years old and you're asking me how much money, what kind of car you drive. So what is it in society that we're doing wrong?
yeah.
Right? To take away a kid's
Yep.
dreams to be nothing weighed on the success or the failure based on how much money you have.
Yeah.
And if we take that out the equation, how could anybody say that you failed?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go do it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if somebody says, well, if I can't make a living doing it, then I don't want to do it. Yeah. Then you're not passionate.
Yeah.
Because I've been able to be involved with this game my whole life, whether it be teaching, playing, some capacity.
Yeah.
I continue to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the old cliche, I do it for free. Yeah, I'm doing it for free.
Yeah.
I did it for
did
free a very long time.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
But today's psychology is like, man, we see the contracts and the parents going to push because my kid's going to make us $1 billion and we're all going to be very rich and it's based on some greed.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on monetary.
Yep.
And it's based on something that's putting tremendous amount of pressure on your kid
Mm-hmm.
that is basically going to eat them up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And take them into a place that they can't even imagine what that is. More importantly, you're the reason why they're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the reason they
Can't be.
push.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
pushing. What are you pushing for,
Yeah.
right? I love my kid. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let him go out and play.
Yeah.
Baseball is a kid's game. Basketball is a kid's game.
Yeah.
Football is a kid's game. Let the kids be kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the same time, as you're watching your kids play sports,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like we'll give one of your sons as an example. Would you give feedback after a game? Like, let them play the sports. Like, what I'm getting from what you just said is focus on the passion. Like, let that be the primary focus. Like, the passion and all the other stuff will follow it as long as
Yes.
that's the focus.
Yes.
But were you also giving feedback and, like, I'm not going to use the word critique, but like if you saw something on the field that was noticeable, like your kid just like, struck out and held his head down, threw a bat, like, would you give feedback on that?
Character things.
Character
Okay,
things.
character things.
Yeah.
I
That's
like
it.
that.
Character.
So made an error in the infield.
So what?
So
okay.
what?
Character.
Character.
Unless it was an effort thing, right? Because that's a character thing as well, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
mistakes happen.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like to, watch my kids, Elijah's game, Royce's game
Mm-hmm.
yesterday on my phone.
Yeah.
Elijah calls me. Hey, man. Yeah. How you feel? Feeling good. How's life? Good. And he starts to ask me if he does that particular day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what'd you see what'd you see there?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, you got 2-0. You try to get too big, narrow it down.
Yeah.
Focus on it.
Uh-huh.
But if I got to a point where they ask me, I don't critique. I don't tell them anything.
Mm.
The biggest thing I heard, especially Elijah, I think it was one of his coaches was sitting around. I was there. Like, man, your dad must always have some information, tell you this. And he goes, no, he just kind of tells me, figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then there's a side of me, right? Elijah was struggling early in the year. I said, bro, I never said this to him.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him struggle. The biggest gift we can give our kids is the ability to struggle.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right? Because I'm not here to change your course. I'm not here to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to see you live your life.
Mm-hmm.
And struggle is going to be a part of it. And I want to see how we've prepared you
Yeah.
as parents to deal with the struggle. Right? And so that's our gift.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow you to make your decision. I could disagree with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to allow you to make that decision, even if I know you're going to struggle with that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Not here to change the course. Like, nope, you're going to do this.
Yeah.
Now I've just altered your life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nobody altered my life.
Mm.
My dad wanted me to go to USC. I was so scared to tell him I wanted to sign. I had my brother tell him, right? When I got on the plane after I signed with the Giants, he just sit there shaking his head like, you big dummy.
Oh.
But he didn't alter my decision.
Yeah.
He allowed me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we, as parents, he knew it was going to be hard for me. He knew I was going to struggle. But he allowed me to walk into that struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to, is it hard to sit there and watch your kids struggle? Absolutely.
For sure.
I'm not going to sit up here
No
and say,
question.
oh, I enjoy watching them just, going through all this stuff and knowing how it feels and knowing the things that go through your mind. But, hey, you figure it out.
I feel like that. I mean, you're the one that you're in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've luckily inherited 2 daughters, and we'll see what the next chapter looks like. But with your 3 kids, being around a lot of other parents, I feel like that sounds rare to me.
It is rare, but people who have done it at the highest of high levels have a different view about it. I know what my end result is for them. I want them to become mentally tough and to be able to get through things and know how, when the struggle is happening, what what do you change about your mindset to get there, right? So I appreciate pressure. I like to put a little pressure on them because I think they have a pretty easy life. Like we take care of them and everything like that. So how are they going to shape without growing up in Oakland where it's a lot tougher and have to deal with the BS that I grew up with? So this is my avenue of how can we test? And I ask a lot of questions. And I love that it's not easy. When Kai has bad hitting lessons and he's frustrated and you're seeing the body language, I'm like, good. This is where everything happens. I like to see it, the end result. Now, it can become a thing where you repeat these negative things in your mind, and that's why I keep talking. Right now, he has the mental capacity to look bigger picture. I'm trying to let these little bumps in the road where he thinks it's the end of the world be a peek into there's going to be way bigger things that are bad coming in life, and how do we deal with it? But these are the little baby steps of being able to work through it. So I got you a little bit tomorrow. I'm going to be picking your brain on so many more things. I wish more people had that. But when you've saw it at the highest of levels, you get a different perspective for it. The ones that are going crazy are the dudes who've never done anything. Those dudes, I've been around a few, and I'm just like, dude, I look up for the high school stats. They didn't even play. They didn't even get off the bench in high school, and you're teaching these kids, and it drives me crazy. So it's refreshing hearing this stuff, man. It really is. It really is.
It's the hardest part is the mental.
The mental side. That's why I asked about it.
The physical reps, but nobody wants to focus on the mental aspect, and that goes into a whole deeper. Just not like the mental side of the sport, right? Because there's so much that we carry into that part of it, right? And how we see ourselves.
Yeah. Yes.
I was talking to a young player, and I said, "Hey, man, what is it that you thought about your baseball life looking like? Because we all have dreams,
For
right?"
sure.
He's like, "Man, I was an all-star player, play every day." And I said, "Okay, well, you're not that." I said, "But you're taking on information and you're accepting the fact because outer noise is telling you that you are that, and so you're not really tapping into what you truly know." I don't like the word believe, right? Because belief. In order to believe something, you have to have doubt. So if I know something, right, I know it, I live it, and that manifests that. I said, you're going to have an opportunity to do exactly what it is that you want to do. You just have to be prepared wholeheartedly and mentally to go do it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And most people are scared of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's almost like, I shouldn't, non-deserving. There's so many things that get you in a mindset where you don't get to that. Not that that's the end all to be all. Your goal could be to just get there. That's it.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
But my dream was to be a shortstop. My dad says, that is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I don't know what's so complicated about that.
It's not.
Now, if I chose to go over here and play second, because the noise is telling me, hey, man, you should go over here or go do this, that's me going against myself.
Yeah.
And most people have an issue when it comes to the duality of going against our true self, right? Therein is the mystery, right? And I've lived it, right? And so I know it.
Yeah.
And so I know how this stuff happens, right? And I know the other side. I would say I was a 300 hitter. I put on the mirror, 300 hitter, 300 hitter, 300 hitter. But I also accepted the fact that I was seen as a defensive player. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So I let that come into my psyche, right? There were points and times where I said, if I really focused and dedicated myself to what that is and lived that and knew what that is, of course I could have done it. There were streaks in my career where I did it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's a difference. Not that means the end all to be all.
Of course, yeah.
Right? But it was something that I saw in myself that I didn't manifest for myself. But I have to look at myself as to why I didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
what stopped me?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Not that dude out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just in the way. You know?
Man.
Yeah, I stopped myself because I started to identify and see myself
Yeah.
as an offensive player in a different manner because everybody, oh, you could pick it, you could do this, you could do that. I'm like, but I knew I had the ability to be a 300 hitter.
Yeah.
My career hit 258.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about that. I don't look down on myself, anything.
Uh-huh.
But I know why I didn't hit 300.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I wasn't good enough to do it.
Yeah.
No, I saw myself differently offensively than I did defensively.
Yep.
Because all the noise, everything that was coming at me. And I allowed that to influence me.
You know that now. What would you do different since you know that?
Well, you can't because it's just like, you can, but you can't. You could go
I know what you're
and play
saying.
that-
I know
play
what you're
that
saying.
game. It's just see that it's a selfishness,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
And we play a team game, but the best were selfish
Uh-huh.
and stubborn.
Yeah.
I say stubborn, selfish.
I
is
know what you're
kinda the
saying.
same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it was like Tony Gwynn was probably the best all-around hitter I've ever seen in my
yeah.
life, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tony Gwynn comes second. If he didn't have 2 hits, he'd be pissed. I mean, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
went and talked to him.
Yeah.
So I got to know later, like, he had 2 or 3 hits. Hey, Tony,
Yeah.
he'd actually be talking to me. I'm like, bro, you want to chirp now? You got 3 hits. But it was, his identity and
Yep.
his whole essence of what his gratification was is different for everybody.
Yep.
Was that he was the best hitter on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
He believed that. He knew that.
Yeah.
Right? And so every day that was his sole focus. Focus.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And granted, that made his team better. But this dude was so hyper focused on that aspect.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Damn.
Right?
That's
And we
so
think
dope.
that we are focused until you see Tony Gwynn.
Yeah. Yeah. No
Until you see
doubt.
his preparation, until
Yeah.
you see what he does, you see like how he sees himself, and you go in the cage and he's got targets around the cage and he's just hitting plates.
These are the life lessons that you're talking about earlier. Because as you're sharing that, it's like, where can I apply that in my life?
Yeah.
That single focus, because we do live even more so now in a really, really distracting, busy world where
100%.
it's almost hard to focus on what is my one thing, what is my one thing, what is my one thing, or not be pulled in so many different directions. Having conviction about something. I mean,
Yeah.
these are things that spill over into life big time.
And I could see players that like the Venezuelan kid, Alvarez.
Uh-huh. Yep.
This dude's like a reincarnation, not quite as good as Tony Gwynn.
Yep. I know what you're saying.
But you see in his prep, you see
prep,
it
yep.
in his stubbornness to his approach. You see it in the pride he takes in not striking out. All these different things to where that dude's going to be hyper vigilant on that.
Yep.
Like, what position does he play? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The first base, the dude's 5'3".
I
I'd be
know, man.
pissed if he was my first baseman. First and foremost, be like, no. I don't care if he hits 900.
I know, right?
Sit his ass somewhere else, not first base.
Yeah.
I need somebody that can
Hella funny.
be a little taller
Yeah.
target.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's just like it. You see it, and it's like, okay, this is how this. I could tell how this guy goes about his
Yeah.
craft.
Yeah.
His craft, his work,
Yeah.
right? And there's certain dudes like Brandon Crawford was a guy that I knew. He watched me coming up as a kid. I talked to Brandon when he was at UCLA, and super athletic shortstop,
Yeah.
amazing shortstop, but he had some pop from the left side, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have very similar. He had more power, but very similar like career stats,
Yeah.
right? Offensively, but no buts about it. It's just like that second me, but I could see that he was striving to be that offensive impact player as well, right?
Yep.
And he understood that how he could do that later in his career, but he was so enamored with this side of it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Because here's the other side of it. I can't be a shortstop and be hyper focused like this on offense.
I'm so glad that you said this real quick, just because, sorry to cut you off, but on the Brandon Crawford topic, team sport, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, especially with those World Series wins, we needed his defensive plays way more than we needed an extra base hit.
Right.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's kind of where you're going, but like he wasn't a good defensive player. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, probably one of the best shortstops defensively to ever do it. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Yes. Very, very much so. So it's a duality. So if I take this guy, right? Last example, to me, best athlete all of baseball right now is Mookie Betts.
Yep.
Take him from right field, 300-plus hitter, 40 bombs, penciling in 100 ribbies. Put him at short, he's a 250 hitter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The offensive production starts to go like this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because of the different demands that's required here,
Yeah.
right, takes away from doing this. Different perspective, but the best to me, nothing against his defense, Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Shortstop, yeah.
Yeah.
Offensively, amazing.
Beast.
Yeah. Right? A-Rod,
Yep.
same thing,
Yep.
right? So when it comes to excellence, when it comes to a shortstop, there's something that you give to,
For sure.
offensively.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing against people who go, oh, Derek Jeter had 10 gold gloves. Bro, come on.
Yeah.
Has whatever however many gold gloves
Yeah.
he has nothing to do with his defense,
Yeah.
right? Comes to offensive award. But watching him play short is different from watching Omar Vizquel play short. Totally different conversation.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Watching Brandon Crawford play shortstop. So I'm just I'm like a hyper vigilant, like shortstop.
Yeah.
Mastermind fan of watching the craft.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it.
And I said, you could put him in the category as the best shortstop because offense, defense, world championships. Okay. But no, not shortstop.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's like the true position where it's art in motion too.
Yeah.
That's just the art in motion.
You know my favorite player.
Does De La Cruz play shortstop?
Yep.
Who?
De La Cruz on
Ellie.
the Reds.
Yeah, but here's the
Yeah,
thing.
he's-
Here's a separator. All right. Now learn this. Best shortstop makes a routine play 96% of the time. That's a high percentage. I'm just using that as a number.
Yeah. Yeah.
The routine play, the ball hit right to him. Boom, boom, out, out. You knew it was out.
Yep.
That's what makes you a great shortstop. Not he jumped around, did a pirouette, dove in. Come on, man. We
Yeah.
can all do that. But can you make the consistent
Yep.
play? That's how I stay in the league. Make the one that hit right to me. You're out. You're out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it,
Yeah.
right? Very few people can do that
Yeah.
consistently.
Fielding percentage from shortstops and like leading that category how often does that happen? I mean, there's obviously been top shortstops. You led the National League in fielding percentage one of the years, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
But
American
you get
League, yeah.
Oh, it's American League. My bad.
Yeah.
But there's so much action. It's hard to have and lead the league or conference in fielding percentage at shortstop, right?
Yeah, it's just a like the new numbers that they throw in. I don't understand them.
Really?
I don't. Like run differential that he took or whatever. I don't understand how that equates into anything.
Yeah.
We knew range. There's certain ranges, but the consistency
Yeah.
of how you make the routine play, right? And there's far less ground balls being hit. Let's face it.
You're right. Good call on that.
There's far less
you're
ground
right.
balls being hit. Everybody hits the ball in the air.
Yeah.
Right. So it's gotten to be kind of laughable to where this guy plays third base, this guy plays short. Like, really? Come on.
Yeah,
Are you
I know what you're
kidding
saying.
me? Like,
Yeah.
that's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just goes to show you how there's a lack of ground balls.
Yeah.
Because you just look at this dude he can't
Yeah.
he can't feel
Yeah.
a ground ball.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Max Muncy, but there's no way you should be playing third
Yeah.
base, bro. I don't care, man. Put you on the grass,
Yeah.
DH, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
But come on, man. I played with Matt Williams. I played with dudes that can absolutely pick it.
Yeah.
Damn, Matt Williams was.
You know,
Beast.
I mean, I had some just in my mind as far as like how it works with the you know the infield, how we have this dance.
Yeah.
It's like I knew a ball to my right, how far he could go.
Yeah.
There was a lot of ways, so I could shade up the middle a little bit.
Yeah.
So we feed off each other,
awesome.
and the consistency of having that in the infield is something that I find is extremely important.
Uh-huh.
And then I watch baseball today. It's like this guy complete over here, the next day he's over there, and this guy's out there, and then this guy's playing second, and then in the playoffs we got a whole new thing. That's like, how does any of this work?
Yeah.
How does it? I don't know, because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what this guy can do. I don't even know his name. Like, he was out in the outfield
Yeah.
yesterday,
Yeah.
right? we didn't work together in spring training. I don't know what he likes to flip. I don't know any of this stuff. So it's just like the intricacies of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is the appreciation of me just being a weird ass shortstop.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah. And I love the defensive side of the ball.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it because I understood the impact it could do, and I understand the devastation of a double play that kills an inning. I understand taking a hit away from a dude and all these different things that we can control,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
On the defensive side of baseball is not appreciated,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
'Cause we could just put anybody there as long as he gives us a exit velo of this and a slugging of that and
what
his
it's
on base
come to.
percentage. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
man? Like, what? You're gonna give up 2 runs to get a walk
Yeah.
from a fat guy that can't run?
Yeah.
What does that mean? He's clogging up the bases.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't care if this fat dude, if he don't hit a home run, what good is he?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. And he hits 30 out of 500 at bats and drives in 65 runs.
Yeah.
You drove yourself in 30 times. That means the rest of your 500 at bats, you drove in 40 runs.
That's wild. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because his exit velo is bliss, and he's. I could go on.
Oh,
Man,
man.
this is stupid. It's like I don't understand.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I played with Juan Gonzalez, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dude had 100 RBIs by the All-Star break,
Damn.
right? We'd be facing a certain pitcher, man on third, less than 2 outs, infield's back. Pedro's on the mound, right? You think he's trying to take Pedro deep? He's in a simple ground ball to first, to second base, to
Yeah.
the right side, run down line smiling.
Yeah.
This is one of the best sluggers in
Thank
the game,
you.
right? Tremendous pop.
Yeah.
But he knew this guy wasn't going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to try to go yard on him and strike out. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy's, he was greedy in that respect. I'm going to pick him up.
Yeah.
Ground ball to second.
Advance the runner.
Runner
He's
scores.
third scores.
Oh,
He's at
got it.
third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. I love it.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's where we see this whole drop off of what is a run producer, what is a guy. And we all have different roles,
Yeah.
right? I think they just throw everybody in like a softball team. You hit 20, you hit 30, he hits 15, he
Yeah.
hits 20. We'll see what happens.
That's
Shake
what
it
it
up
feels.
and throw it out there.
I mean, is it ever going to come back? I mean, it's
No.
moved that way. That's what it's going to be, huh?
Yeah. It's. I don't know if this is the way that the baseball folks want it, but it's a way to keep jobs, right? Because who am I? What do I know?
Yeah.
If I could just go on a computer and the algorithm tells me what the proper lineup is
Yeah.
and what I'm looking for, and I just throw it out there, the matchups and this, that, and the other, and the lefty, righty, bullpen depth, and the guy on the bench, and who's going to pinch hit, and this. It's like, I don't know, the whole scripted thing. It's like, bro, I don't. We could talk about it forever, but it takes the human element out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I sat there and listened to Dusty. He's like, how'd you make that move? I felt it in my gut.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't looking at a number.
Yeah.
Like I felt it in my gut,
Man.
right? You watching the game, you could see like, oh, okay, this guy's probably done.
That's wild.
Or this guy can extend. He's still got more in the tank. He could still go out there and help get outs.
Mm-hmm.
And you take this guy out that's dominating, you do us a favor by bringing somebody in that we're like sitting there like, yeah, I didn't have a chance with this guy. But the script says,
Yeah.
yeah, after a second at bat, he's gone.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a perfect segue. I wasn't going to let you get out of here without me asking. You breezed past it and said a little acting, but you Moneyball. You played in you had a little bit there. Was Miguel Tejada? Is that correct?
Yeah.
How was that for one playing in that, and then we could still even touch on Moneyball because that's right along the lines you're talking about there. You know.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because, again, it's a learning situation.
Yeah.
How this theatrical thing is put together was amazing.
Yeah.
Working with some of the best actors in the
Yeah,
world. Philip
seriously.
Seymour Hoffman, and, Brad Pitt, the list goes on and on. Jonah Hill. So it was just like,
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
it was crazy how, in certain moments, Philip Seymour Hoffman, in one scene, I dropped the double play trying to turn the double play too quick. I dropped the ball. I never did that in life. I'm like, I don't know, Miggy, how'd you do that? But he dropped the ball, guy's safe. In the scene, come out to the mound. Art comes out and he goes, "Hey, keep your head up." And I'm sitting there and he's rubbing the ball. And I'm like, man, this felt like real. Like, this dude's good. Like, that's a good manager thing right there. So just seeing him, and he was a lover of the game. It was fun. It was tedious. It was long hours. It's non-glamorous when you're making it, but when it comes to the cake is done and it comes out to the public, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's all put together.
Oh man.
The director's doing his thing, and it was just a great experience.
That's
but,
awesome.
When people ask me about it, it's the story itself, because I got to see who were the players.
Yeah.
It was, Mark Mulder,
Yep.
Zito, Hudson, you had
David Justice.
Yeah, David Justice, Miguel Tejada.
Yeah.
It was just like you caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing was about Hatterberg, and
Yeah.
I was like, if you don't stop.
Yeah, I know. With Hatterberg.
This guy's a genius because he brought in Hatterberg.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, man, if you don't stop with that nonsense. You had 3 Cy Young Award winners on the staff.
Exactly.
That's why you won.
No doubt.
Let's just
No
end it
doubt.
at that. It had nothing to do with this guy's on-base percentage and what you conjured up.
Yeah.
Some crap. It's just like, bro, and then it's like, okay, it worked, but you didn't win shit.
Yeah.
So where are we saying that this stuff works?
Mm-hmm.
When has it worked?
Yeah. Exactly.
I think worked is a World Series ring on your finger, and you like, yeah, this is how we did
question.
it. Oh, getting to the playoffs, man, stop. Come on, man.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir here as an A's fan. I'm like, come on, man. We needed more. We needed
and then
more.
after that, you depleted the whole system.
I know.
And you guys are playing, and where are they playing?
Here.
Yeah, I'm
here.
sorry. Yeah.
They're up here right now.
He said, "I'm sorry."
No, nothing against Sacramento.
No, 100%.
I'm
No.
just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's not the success story of any organization. You
Nope.
ran it in the dirt.
Yeah.
Right?
And I will say too,
Yeah, big time.
It was so funny. Like, I feel bad for people having to watch their Oakland A's in our minor league Sacramento stadium. It's actually pretty laughable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tiny ass stadium. There's no shade. I mean, it's
bad.
pretty bad.
It
Pretty
is
bad.
100%. I grew up. I didn't even get on the freeway to go to the A's game. So that that's how close. I grew up right there. My favorite player is Walt Weiss. So, I have him here in town. Literally the opening game of the first time that they're playing here. I'm sitting on my couch because I only live 10 minutes away from the stadium here. And I was like, I wonder how much the first inning. I was like, oh, shit, I can get friggin' 15th row for $30. I showed up in the 3rd inning for opening day in Sacramento to see my team. It's pathetic. I'm glad I could see some baseball here, but 100% agree with your statement there.
I mean, and shout out to, this is the first time that Royce has ever heard another human being say that their favorite player is Walt Weiss. I love
Walt Weiss.
Him and Ricky Henderson are my favorite players, but I was a shortstop growing up, went basketball route, and Walt Weiss is it for me, man. You said you're a big fan of him. Give me something on Walt, man.
Walt's he was just that dude, steady Eddie.
Yes, sir.
Played on some big time teams.
Yes, sir.
Was the pillar, doesn't give a whole lot of credit, just understated, but a hell of a player.
Yeah.
And can do a lot of different things,
Yeah.
super athletic, strong.
Was he second baseman?
Shortstop, baby.
Shortstop.
Dude,
Damn.
she's
Whoa.
strong as heck, man. Just I watched him from afar and just always appreciated him.
Yeah.
And, when I was so happy, like when I got to big league spring training,
Yeah.
of course I see Ricky, but I'm like, dude, that's Walt Weiss
Weiss.
over there. I'm like, oh, I get to go holler at Walt.
Let's
He was such a good
go.
dude, man.
I love hearing
Yeah,
that, man.
yeah.
I'm not a jersey guy. I don't really wear other people's stuff, man. I got me a Walt Weiss jersey, man. That's the one I rock, man.
Yeah.
So I that was my guy growing up. I loved him. I wanted to be like him. So I'm so happy hearing that. It warms my heart, man.
So just like I said, this mastery and this addiction to shortstops. So I appreciated all
Yeah, of
all
course,
the
yeah.
shortstops, dudes I competed against, dudes
Yeah.
that helped me. Barry Larkin came out when I was in high school.
Oh yeah.
I used to work out in South Central at this place called The Program at Harvard Park. Daryl Strawberry was out there, Eric Davis, Chris Brown, Bip Roberts. The list goes on and on. It was all dirt infield. I'm going out there just throwing balls back as a kid.
Yeah.
Long story short, they said, hey, kid, you want to hit? And I hit. It's like a story.
Yeah.
I ended up going out there every day. Barry Larkin's out there, came to train with everybody in the offseason. I'm taking ground balls at Barry. And I'm just like measuring myself. I've always measured myself.
Yeah, of course,
I'm like
of course.
18 years old out there. I'll pick this dude. Like,
That's great.
But just having those conversations, I never forget sitting on the bench. Afterwards they get chicken, and beers, and everybody sit on the park bench and just talk baseball.
Man.
And I was coming up on my senior year, and I'm looking at Barry. I said, "Hey, man, I know you went to Michigan. Like, what made you make that decision?" He goes, I just knew I wasn't quite ready, blah, blah, blah. He looks at me, he goes, "You're ready."
Ooh.
And that meant the world to me, man.
Ooh.
And he's like, "You're ready." And I was like, whoa. Like, really? You know what I'm saying? For me, comparing myself and watching him in measurement, and for him to talk about his journey and why he didn't make that decision to go straight into pro ball. And for him to look at me and goes, "No, you're ready."
Dang.
I was like, whoa.
Dang.
Lark is another one of those mentors at the shortstop position, man. That man, he meant the world to me. And
Legend.
What a player, bro.
Legend.
Everything. 30-30, bags, picking it. Crazy good. People don't talk about like great shortstops.
Yes.
They talk about the same dude.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many great shortstops.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
I feel
love it.
like hearing these stories, it's bringing me back. Like I could say the same thing about baseball as I say about basketball. Like basketball for me was just so special in the late 80s, early 90s. It was just like incredible. And I think the same thing applies to baseball. Like I Ken Griffey Jr., like as you're saying, like that Reds team with Eric Davis, Barry Larkin, who's the white guy that wore the goggles?
Sabo.
Sabo, I forgot.
Saves could rake.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah,
Oh,
Saves could
he
hit.
could.
They had
Play
this
third base, good third base.
Man.
who's the pitcher that Rob or
Dibble.
yeah.
And they had Charlton, the left-hander.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Reds were nasty back then.
Myers. They had some dudes, man.
They no doubt.
Yeah. And it was just like in the 90s, that was a treat.
Yeah.
Like we go, I don't care what it looked like on the standings. We go on any ballpark, play any teams. There were stars on the team.
Yep.
Like legitimate players. That's how competitive the league was because these dudes would have stacked. I'm like, oh my God, we're playing against these cats.
Man.
But you may have a hole in this part of their team that just didn't get them to the point of making it happen or being that competitive.
Yeah.
But there were good players, notable good players on every team. Every team. Yeah.
It was the best time.
Yeah.
Best.
Do you ever find your way back at Oracle Park, like catching a game there? Has it been a long time?
It's been like Barry had a retirement ceremony and they celebrated the 1993 team. But again, that's why I said I have a connection to the Giants. The Giants just don't have a connection to me.
Yeah.
Because I was only there 4 years, 4 or 5 years, but it was, the pinnacle of my career.
Yeah.
I love the city. I love the fans. I loved the experience.
Yeah.
It was just like everywhere else is like, oh, he's good to have, but this I was their guy. I was a kid, came to the organization. It was a build up to me getting there. And like I said, we can't write a script of how our career goes, but I do have a love for the San Francisco Bay Area. I have a love for the organization. I like to see them do well. And, you know, it was just so many great experiences and so much that was the backbone of my career. Hanging out with Willie Mays. You know, it was just crazy. Just the you know, McCovey and Cepeda and Marshall, these guys were pillars that would just come have conversations with us. And, you know, the importance of that as a young player is so important. Yeah, it is. And you know, I don't know what organizations do today. I know there's some former players I know that go into camp for, you know, here and there. But at that time, it wasn't that it was just, you know, during spring training, those guys would come around or whatever. Willie knew he's like, boy, you single, you're a kid. Come eat at my house. Call me. And I took him on that. Like, I was eating at his house. He said more than him. So I'm a kid. I'm like, man, I'm eating at Willie Mays' house. And May would cook for me.
That's crazy.
So those are the things that, you know, meant the world to me. And that was all experiences I had.
Yeah.
You know you lived a very rich life when you casually just say what you just said. No, we need to like seriously, seriously pause and take a deep breath because number one, there's something like, man, I'm lost my father, my grandparents, but like there's some, like I would give anything, just the wealth and the knowledge and this like the chills I would get talking to my grandpa. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot believe that Willie Mays like had you just casually eating over at his house.
More than him.
Deal.
I mean, that just had to feel like just insane, man.
Oh man,
it was a surreal experience, you know.
Incredible.
And the way things he would tell stories, right? Yeah. And normally, if somebody was telling you a story, you'd be like, "Come on, man." But it's Willie Mays. Like, why would he lie?
Exactly.
It's like, this is the best player ever. And he ain't sitting up here telling lies. He's just like telling the truth. And it sounded like a lie.
That's crazy.
It was just so crazy about the stuff he would talk about. Man, I'd fall out because I was so damn tired. And I knew there was a day off the next day. So I get 2 days off. I already had 2 home runs. I just fall out. I hit so many home runs in spring training 1 year, I quit playing the last 2 weeks.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, my goodness.
So good.
Yeah, we had Orlando's son on the podcast, Ali, and he just shared some just incredible stories about his father.
Yeah.
Just special, man. Yeah. Just the players that played for the Giants and just the caliber and man, hearing your stories has been absolutely incredible. Yeah. I'm not bullshitting you, but like me being like a 10 and 11-year-old when you came to the Giants, man, I was just like a huge Royce Clayton fan.
Yeah, appreciate it. So I had some fun, man. I lived it up.
Yeah.
I lived it up.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was like a dream, and it was just like, you know, like I said, a young player I was different.
Yeah.
You know, a kid from L.A. Yeah. When I first got there, it was hum baby. It was just like cowboy boots and all this. I was like, okay, this is different. Will used to get on me about my clothing. Like, man, what's FUBU? I was like, man, shut up. You don't know nothing about this. And then, you know, Dusty coming over and Barry just freed myself and Darren up, and you know, see that whole team just kind of take off.
Man.
You know, going through that stage of losing the team to San Francisco, going to, you know, St. Pete, and, you know, McGowan, that group coming in and saving the team. It was just like, it was just like great moments, man. And rightfully so. It was like Barry was the pillar of that.
Yeah.
So the fortitude and the things that they saw in order to say, okay, this guy is who we're going to ride with, was like the most brilliant thing I've ever seen around the organization to do something. Like, he's a Barry guy.
Yeah. I
didn't know until a little while ago the Giants originally drafted him.
Giants drafted Barry?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
No.
Out of high school.
Dang.
And then the Pirates took him out of college. And he comes back to the Bay. And then the whole thing about him wearing 24, 25, all
Yeah.
this stuff is just like
Yeah.
fairy tale type stuff, man. And then, hitting 957 home runs.
Yeah.
I'm obviously exaggerating, but
Yeah.
just doing the things he did with his godfather and having Bobby Bonds as our hitting coach and seeing that dynamic. It's like, can you imagine right now somebody being in the big leagues and their dad's the hitting coach?
I know. That's it.
Yeah. They be crying like, "Oh, this is not
Exactly.
right. This is
Exactly.
not fair." It's just like everybody was like, "Man, we want to have Bobby Bonds."
Yeah.
Bobby Bonds was the guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
People don't really talk about how great Bobby Bonds was.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
tough love dude, man, but
Yeah.
just awesome to be around the greatness that I was surrounded with.
Yeah.
And have the experience. And again, I wouldn't have it any way different as far as going to St. Louis, playing in Texas and playing in Milwaukee, going to Arizona. All these experiences were timely and special. And at the latter part, it was me giving back to the young shortstop, the young player that I was going to help.
Yeah.
So I took that as a huge honor, right? It was like, okay, well, we're going to bring you over here. Obviously, you're going to be the shortstop, but we have a young guy that you can help out. So towards the tail end of my career, that was my commitment.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, I got this young guy. Let me make sure I pass on the knowledge that was given to me.
Yeah.
And that's what the game's about, and that's
Love
what the
it.
game's missing is that veteran player that is really looking forward to being that mentor
Yeah.
to provide the guidance, the advice that he has to the next generation. You got a bunch of young dudes that just run around like they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the greatness of that era. And to me, that was the gift of my career was to have the opportunity to not be disgruntled, to understand, hey man, I'm here for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have any other objective except to help this organization, help this team at that particular day, but help these guys around.
Yeah.
Going to Milwaukee and having a young Bill Hall, Ricky Weeks. The list goes on and on of guys that went on to have great careers that I bought them their first suit.
That's crazy.
I took them to dinner the first time and talked to them about baseball. It's just that's the gratifying stuff. And then I'll leave with this. So I was in Toronto, started 2007. Halfway through, they said, we're not going to play anymore, whatever. But there's two teams that want you, the Yankees and the Red Sox. This backup role, right? So I went home, thought about it. My wife looks at me, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to Boston. I want to see this dynamic between Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz. I think we're going to win. So I get there, it's Kurt Schilling and Josh Beckett. I come walking in, Josh Beckett looks at me, you ain't never won a World Series, old man? And no. He goes, you're going to win one this year.
Whoa.
Damn.
I said, wow. So I'm just there helping out, mentoring guys, talking to dudes. And, man, just having a great time because I'm just teaching moments, Coco Crisp. I'm talking about, hey, man, you need to utilize this. You need to see that. Pedroia, crazy as hell. I'm like, man, you need to calm down a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
But just you're a great player.
Yeah.
And, Lugo was really, trying to understand his role, understanding. And we talked a lot about, hey, man, you're good. This is how you're going to be great for this team in this situation. So long story short, we win it. In that moment, I'm just like, okay, now what? I'm just like jumping around, whatever. Got back to the locker room, and Big Papi presents me with the World Series championship.
What?
And I'm kind of like, wait a minute, what? It's like, man, I just want to say this for my man, this for our guy. Congratulations, well-deserved, Royce Clayton. And it was like that moment where everything that you did in your career, right, comes together and here's your thank you, right? Because there's no better moment than your teammates acknowledging what you've done, which I didn't particularly do shit on the field, but the appreciation of my career and what I brought to that clubhouse at that time. Oh my God. And it made everything like complete, but not how I envisioned it from the beginning. Oh, you hit the walk-off home run.
Of course.
You make the last out.
Of course.
But to be just stood there off the bench, celebrate, come back in the clubhouse. Here you go, man. Here's your flowers. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And that was like full circle of an imprint of my career, and it came at that moment.
Shout out to Poppy too. I mean,
man.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Chills hearing that, man.
Yeah.
what an incredible way to go out on top too, man. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
after all the grind and the work and
Yeah.
traveling, man, you played for 17 teams.
Well, 11.
I'm sorry, 17 years, 11 teams.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just encompassed the understanding. It was like, really, it's just like I kept telling the fam, telling my wife, I'm playing one more year. I
Yeah.
gotta win this thing, man. I just
Yeah.
want to win the World Series. And then that moment happens, right? And it's over, right? And I stood there. I was like I told you, I was confused. I said, well, this is it?
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
But it's not the it. The journey was
Exactly.
it. The journey was the it, not the moment, right? It's great, that moment.
Yeah.
You did it. But the whole thing's about the journey. That's it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Insane.
That
We're
is.
gonna have a little fun, quick little rapid fire. So I'm just gonna ask you some questions and shoot me out an answer. Some of these might be a little repeated, but toughest pitcher you have ever faced.
Pedro,
Favorite ballpark to ever play in.
Dodger Stadium.
Best teammate you ever had.
Darren Lewis.
Best baseball player ever lived.
Barry Bonds.
Favorite country you've ever been to.
Ooh, it's a good one. I'd have to say newly Portugal.
Ooh.
Damn, Portugal's on my list. Have you been to Spain?
Spain. Yeah, that's I meant Spain.
Yeah.
But yes, but I didn't go to Spain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Portugal's been like, I've been hearing a lot of people praising Portugal.
Yeah.
Small, nice.
Yeah.
Favorite musical artist? That's a tough one. That's like a loaded one.
Yeah, there's so many different genres
Yeah.
of appreciation.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like,
It's a tough one.
it's tough being a West Coast guy saying I met the dude, and it's just like, come on, man, Nas. I'm
Yeah.
a big Nas dude.
Okay, I love
How
it.
about this, man? The last guest we had in the lounge is probably one of the greatest rappers to ever come out of Sacramento. His name's C+. Shout out C+. When I asked him if there was one rapper, dead or alive, that he would like to make a track with, who would it be? And he said Nas.
Yeah, so it's the second time in a row.
we got back-to-back Nas.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
Nas
love
is
it.
dope. Good dude, man.
This is the last question, selfish for us because we're foodies and we know that you live in SoCal. But what would be your number one favorite restaurant for out by where you live?
It's kind of excuse me. It's not real popular like big name brand, but it's a place called Mediterraneo. And I was during the fires. We were leasing a place across the street from a place called Stonehouse. It's a resort, Westlake Village. But the restaurant, amazing food, but more importantly, the guys that work behind the bar. Shout out
Love
to
that
Roberto,
answer.
Miguel. It's like it feels like a home cooked meal.
Man.
Sitting up there chopping it up with them. I sit down, they put my glass of wine on the
Yeah.
counter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's different. You go to a restaurant, they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
But when you have that type of love and there's something there and you meet the chef and he's just asking you questions, that's my spot.
That's the best answer, man.
All right,
That's legit.
so when we go out with Mr.
Mediterranean.
That's it.
Mr.
There.
Lawton, we will hopefully link up with you and buy you dinner there.
Man,
Awesome.
come out to Westlake Village, done deal.
Let's go. And
Yeah.
we always finish every episode out. What does legacy mean to you?
Wow. Man. That's an interesting question because people think legacy in different ways.
Of course.
I just feel that the legacy of what we're experiencing today is legendary, right? Because it's spoken, right? It's spoken word, and the words that came through me come from those that came before me and passed down to my children, pass down to, my kids that I coach, whoever I meet in life.
Yeah.
And I think for me, the ultimate of legacy is love, which is the most powerful thing on the planet. Man. That's it.
Incredible. Yeah. Incredible. Royce, thank you so much for being on the lounge, man. We truly appreciate your time being here, man.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
go win a golf tournament tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we got the pressure on. We put it out there.
Let's
now.
go.